Welcome back, ball fans. We're going to talk about Tennessee's two newest coaches, Darrell Sims and William Inge. Let's first start with Darrell Sims. He took Jerry Mack's spot that went to Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I'm going to say this right off. I wasn't super impressed with his resume. There was three names floated out there for the possible hire, and he would have been by far probably my least favorite based off his resume. Um, you need a strong recruiter at running back. Gotta have a strong recruiter, a great recruiter, really, because it's probably the easiest position to coach. A lot of the positions natural. I mean, there's a lot to coach, but it is the easiest of all of them. And most teams have one of their best recruiters at that spot. But Sims, I will say this: uh, I've heard he's a very seems to be a very up and coming coach. A lot of area guys have contacted UT and the local media and told them how impressed they was with him and how they thought he was going to be a big time guy. He just hasn't hit big time yet, and I hope that's the case. I will say at Louisville about 2 years ago, he did get a commitment from a 5-star, and Louisville getting a 5-star that's kind of unheard of. So now he didn't finish there. He ended up the coaches ended up leaving. Satterfield left, head coach. So he ended up going to Texas A&M, committed to Texas A&M, signed there. But he also had a couple other 4-stars committed. So that's strong. Now, if he can maintain that kind of stuff, get some high 4, 5-star type recruits, that's impressive. Like I said, he's young. He's 38. Um, Another big thing with him is that I liked um, is the areas that he recruits typically. He's got ties to North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. Those are three critical states for Tennessee. If we're going to have elite classes, we really need to pull from those states. They're probably the three easiest states to pull from. You don't have elite talent in those states as far as big time programs other than Clemson. And in my opinion, I think Clemson might be on the decline. Uh, so it might be a really good time to get in there and in that area. Uh, but one other thing that I think was really good about him that, like I said, initially his resume did not look the greatest as far as where he'd coached at before. But when I looked at where, how he got a 5-star commit to Louisville, that impressed the crap out of me. Plus, the last 3 years he's been in his teams has rushed in the top 25. So apparently, you can coach too, apparently. So let's hope that one's a big time hire. I feel much, much better about hearing those last three things I mentioned about him. Those things made me feel a lot better. All right, let's get to the linebacker coach, William Inge. Now, this guy, uh, recruiting might be a little suspect. I think he might be okay there. I think he's a good recruiter, not a great recruiter, but I do think he's a very good coach. Alabama had just hired him unofficially, unannounced, but he decided to come to Tennessee instead. Before that, he was the assistant head coach, co-defensive coordinator, and linebackers coach at Washington that just went to the national championship game. Now, for those that don't know, you don't get titles like assistant head coach and co-defensive coordinator unless you are extremely valued. Normally, if you get both of those titles, then you're the best coach on the team other than the head coach. So uh, when you get titles like that is huge. So that made me feel a lot better about him. I mean, the guy must be an outstanding coach. Uh, he's also been a co-defensive coordinator or coordinator at 5 different schools. So, some people give the buzz that, if something happens, Tim Banks leaves, this could be your replacement. It's very possible. Uh, One other thing I like about this hire, um, he coached with Kellen DeBoer, Alabama's new coach, at Indiana, at Fresno State, and at Washington. If anybody knows this guy's DeBoer's offense, it should be our new linebacker coach, William Inge. So, man, if we're going to take that next step, it's going to be we need to beat Bama every other year type thing. We need to put some regular losses on them. And honestly, if this guy can help us beat Alabama, uh, it's a home run hire. I mean, that's any coach that can help us beat Alabama. Sign me up for that one. Okay. Uh, I will also say that he's already contacted some of our one of our recruits, Edmund Spillman, that's coming in here soon, and Spillman loved him. Pretty glowing about him. Um, so that was really good. First impression there gives me a good feeling about his recruiting there. And even if he's not the greatest recruiter, he's got some really good talent out there on the team right now. Arian Carter, Jeremy Thielander, Caleb Perry, Edwin Spillman. You've got some talent on that team. If you can put these guys to the next level, get them drafted, the recruiting part will kind of take care of itself. I mean, these kids want to go pro. They want NFL. They want fame. They want to do good. So if you can develop players, that goes a long ways in your recruiting. Well, guys, I think that's about it for this episode. If you like it, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you think of the coaches, and look for our next video. We'll have one out here not too long. In the meantime, go Vols.